Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've had a really busy couple of days here in the shop, but we have got a lot done. So let me get the camera turned around here and I'll show you what we've got. So as you can see here, we do have our firewall completely painted and covered in a beautiful coat of matte clear finish. So our color here is from Tamco Paints. It's called Murdered Out Black 2.0. So it's a really, really dark black. And we went with their Tamco matte clear to finish it. So this is everything under the hood is a matte finish. As you can see there, everything turned out beautiful. So walking it back a little bit, we spent a couple of days just block sanding, priming. We blocked it out again, we sealed it up, and we had it ready to paint. So we went ahead and sprayed it, but I think it turned out phenomenal. It looks beautiful, all the body work's great, all of our lines are great, and that matte clear is just really, really hard to beat, especially under the hood. So we also got all of our inner fenders and core support, some other little brackets and stuff are under the hood painted, so let me show you those. So as I stated before, a lot of our under the hood panels, or all of our under the hood panels, are painted. Core support, and we spent a lot of time up here doing a little body work to slick all this out up here on the top of the core support. We've got our inner fenders completely done. They're going to look great once we get them back inside the car. You can see there that matte finish is just super, super slick. And this was painted about 12 hours ago, so it's still just a little fresh. We're not going to really handle them a whole lot today, give them a little bit more time to cure on out, and before we do anything else really. You can see there though, everything turned out phenomenal. So one thing to notice or to note, if you're not familiar with spraying a matte clear, maybe you've never sprayed a matte clear, you can't really treat it like a normal clear coat. So I say that to say, so like this panel here, maybe you can notice here, there's a couple of pieces of trash. Not really a whole lot of texture, but just really a couple of pieces of trash. Some of them's kind of small. I don't know if I can get my camera to focus in there on them, but there you can see a couple there. And then in this piece here, we've got a pretty good sized piece of trash right there. So the only way to really fix that, you can't go back in and normally you would just, wet sand, denib that out, polish it back out. You cannot do that with a matte clear. If you do any polishing on it, it's gonna get a shine to it. We don't want the shine. So Unfortunately, we'll be sanding these two parts back down and putting another round of clear on them. But, you know, that's kind of par for the course when you're doing a matte clear. Unfortunately, it's just kind of the way it is. So we'll go back in, get those two pieces took care of later on today. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and move our chassis back over and start reassembling the chassis. Getting all of our suspension components put back on, all of our brake lines run. The rear end, we've got to put our rear end together. So we've got a lot to work to do there on our chassis. So I'll get you set up here on the camera and we can get the chassis assembled. So one of the first things we're going to do here to start our reassembly is start with our rear axle. As you can see here, we pretty much disassembled it. We pulled the axles out when we painted it. And this is a brand new unit, but when it came to us, it only had a couple of bolts here holding the center chunk in, a couple of nuts ready to hold it in. We've already loosened those up. I've got to take this off. We've got to put our gasket in here, get it sealed back up. We've got all new hardware. I'm going to go ahead and run a thread chaser over my threads here to get the paint and stuff off of them. Any of my holes that I've got here that's got to be, I'm going to go ahead and re-tap all those. These are my mounts for the rear sway bar. Tap those out, and then once we get onto our chassis, I'll do the same thing. I'll tap any holes there for any brake line clips, anything that goes onto the frame. We'll re-tap those holes, make sure that they're good and clean, got good threads. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. Get this rear end reassembled, get all the axles back in it, the brake lines back on it, and get it ready to pretty much go back in. We'll set it to the side, and then we'll go back in and start working on our main chassis. So one of the things that we're doing now that we've got most of our chassis assembled is we have to come in here and put this plate that they send with our chassis, and this bolts in place of your original front leaf spring mount. Originally you'd have a big bracket that uses this bolt here, here, and here, and then your front leaf spring eyelet would bolt in here, and of course your leaf springs would travel toward the rear. So since we put a new floor in here, we've undercoated, we've done everything, all of our priming and everything, we removed all the clips. So we went and we picked up a set of new clips, just a factory replacement clips. Now these are a specialty little fold over clip here that goes in. It just takes a 3/8 bolt. So we're gonna just slide these into place here, and then so we can get our bracket bolted in. And they should slide in relatively easy. Sometimes they want to be a little aggravating, but they will go. Just like that. And just like that. So now that we've got our clips in, we can go in and we can take our supplied hardware, and this plate is it's got another nut here welded on, and our body mount there's a new body mount that will bolt into that location. So we're going to tighten this up here and just hand tight until we get it on the car in case there's any adjustments that we need to make. And then we're going to repeat the process here on the other side of the car and get that bracket bolted into place as well.